we're on a new round, so it's Odrin to go first. Caius, the leader of these undead, is still facing off against you. You've done him some damage, however the damage he's done to yourself has aged you slightly, and you're surrounded by these skeletons. To the left of you lies the body of Hamo with a large rusty sword wound in her chest inflicted by one of the skeletons. She has stopped breathing. What do you do, Odrin?
First question, I forgot. Can we move diagonally?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Can we also attack diagonally? And I'm specifically talking about this corner right here.
Yep.
Okay. I think I was last backstabbed by this guy behind me. So I'm trying to get away from him. And Odrin tries to shoulder check Caius, but like that dude is on point, so he probably just like stumbles forward quite pitifully and like bleeds all over the now wrecked door. And he's grown quite fond of Maddock in these recent exploits of theirs. And Maddock, how would you like describe Maddock's situation to an outsider standing like 10 feet away from him?
Well, you know, about probably 0.6 seconds before the last arrow hit Boromir, I imagine is somewhere around. Effectively, Maddock has been kind of like all warlike and shouty, and just slowly is just kind of like.
He's just sort of like winding down.
Yeah, his shield is like nearly on the floor. His hammer is kind of like by his side. He's covered in blood and or cuts, bruises, burns, and oil.
Yeah. So I think Odrin actually thinks like Maddock's gone, and he doesn't have the blessed power to get him up again. And Dagon doesn't want him to try like improvise that stuff, apparently. So I think he's gonna take a wild swing over William, because William's short, with his Giga Flail, sort of like diagonally around the corner, trying to just, in anger, like smash this skeleton who has killed Maddock, who he quite appreciated. And John, I'm gonna blow my entire blessing on it that I rolled last time. So
okay,
we're gonna try and floor this guy here. So it's just like a nonsensical like shouting and yelling from Odrin, and he's gonna try and like bash the skeleton to bits. So let's see how that works.
Okay, that's fine. As AC 14, so make your roll.
Yep. We're doing the Great Flail, and I rolled 5 last time, as I recall, so we're using all of that on this. Here we go. Just watch me roll 1 damage. Well.
Okay, you launch a savage attack with your flail. It clangs into the armour of this skeleton, causing it to stumble slightly. It doesn't appear to have inflicted any actual damage on it.
Wouldn't he get flanking bonus in that?
He
doesn't help because it doesn't increase damage.
Yeah. Although, what would he get for the plus for flanking? Is it +2?
+2.
+2.
In which case, that would be a hit, so you would have actually done it 1 damage.
Yay!
So, hey, it's 1 point.
So it staggers to one side. You see a few bone chips fall off it, but like I say, it doesn't appear to have done any major damage.
That's the entire level's worth of hit points for Maddock.
Every little helps, exactly.
Okay, so we move on to the NPCs. Okay, these 2 skeletons here are going to attack William, because he's the nearest person to them. So I will roll for them. What's your AC, William?
Sorry, I had to look it up. It's 16.
16, okay. Okay, you're not flanked, so I'll just make their basic roll. So 2 attacks, 1 misses, and 1 hits, causing you a mighty 1 damage. So deduct that from your hit points as one of these skeletons scores a shallow cut across your arm, causing you your first damage within this combat. We now have the skeleton who's fighting Maddock, so I'll make a roll for him. What's your AC, Maddock?
You're muted, by the way.
18.
Okay, the blow clangs off your armour, causing you no damage whatsoever. Okay, we now move on to the Blood Demon, which is going to make a beeline south towards Sasha and attack her. So, let me just bring up its stats that I've got saved from last time. Okay, so it's just a single attack. What's your AC, Sasha?
16.
Okay, it flails out at you with these blood-formed tentacles. However, it doesn't seem to be able to quite gain a purchase on you as it sort of liquidly flops and slops around this cavern. The final NPC then is Caius, the leader of this undead cohort, who is going to attack Odrin.
Bring it. Do it now.
Okay, his rusted sword clangs off your mighty plate armour. And that is us done for the NPCs. So it's over to Sasha.
So if you run, do you get attacks of opportunity? Or
No.
what it's called?
Nope.
Okay. Let me. And I can squeeze by Ogren, right?
Yep.
So okay, can I do this?
Yeah, that's fine. You flee the blood demon, sort of sliding between Odrin and Caius as they're fighting.
Yeah, and I want to backstab that bastard too.
Yep, make an attack roll on Caius. That's fine.
Is that also a flanking?
It is, yeah.
Sure. +2 for flanking. How can I roll that low?
Okay, your sword actually, I presume you're using your sword,
Yeah.
actually it stabs into Caius, but it seems to go through the space in between his rib cage and doesn't actually do him any damage. Okay, so we come on to the mighty Maddock. I'm sorry,
Just kill the rest. We did the other.
Right. I am just going to fighting defensively, try and hit the skeleton.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Don't forget, you'll be at a minus to your attack if you're fighting defensively.
Indeed. Whoa! We are holding those dice the same as last week.
I presume you're using your hammer?
I am. I missed.
Okay, you swing at the skeleton and with practiced ease it dodges out of the way of your hammer strike. We now move on to William.
Okay. So Sasha did flee from this blood demons thing.
Yep. You know, you will have noticed, because you will have seen it, that this thing seemed to make a beeline straight for Sasha.
Okay. Is dropping my caltrops an action?
Yep.
Yeah, I think then it's the best thing I can do.
Okay,
In my
so
position, I could tank a bit for Audrin, maybe, and drop my caltrops right there. So when the demon tries to walk through there, he would at least get a bit of damage. Or I could try to attack this thing to help Maddock. I think attacking this thing is maybe more beneficial to us. Yeah, try it.
Okay, so which one are you attacking? Sorry.
I'm attacking the one attacking Maddock. I'm
Okay.
using my air dagger.
Go for it. You get a flanking bonus, obviously.
Do I get a sneak attack?
You won't gain a sneak attack, no.
Okay. 7 damage.
Okay, excellent. So, would you like to describe how you dispatch this skeleton?
Actually goes between his legs and slash upwards, and without making a sound, this thing just splits into 2 and falls down.
And that is exactly what happens. As you're sort of preparing to sell your life dearly, Maddock, this skeleton falls to pieces as William slices it in 2. We then move on to Odrin.
I think he honestly thinks that he killed the skeleton. He doesn't realize that.
Totally, he smashed it. It's cut in 2 afterward.
He softened it up. He softened it up.
He thinks he's in a samurai movie, and he just like did the whole thing, and then people fall into pieces afterwards. So he gets some like, well, good feels about that, but this whole situation is kind of bad feels town. So. Damn it. Well, I guess I could just bash Chaos. John, are these doors closed?
No, they were rotted away by Caius when he came through them.
Oh, yeah.
So there's just like a bit of rotted wood hanging in the frame.
Right. I guess I'm bashing. Is there a grapple rules in this game? Can I throw myself at Chaos and hold his hand so he can't?
Well, I believe there may be some. Let me just check, since obviously this is important.
One thing is that I summon a demon, but for him to invoke the grapple rules, I think that's the greatest sin.
Yeah, we're going all in on
I
this.
think we actually used something like that before, and we made something like a strength check.
There are wrestling rules, if you care to use them.
let me look that up. That seems like a me thing.
I'll explain how those go down. Basically, it's resolved with a contested roll. Both parties roll a d20 and add both their melee attack bonus and their strength modifier. Ties are decided by dex modifier. The winner decides whether the loser is immobilized, if he'll attempt to disarm them, or if he releases the loser. An immobilized opponent can take no action other than trying to, like, on their next action, break out of the hold.
I guess I could do that. Okay, quick, like pause. Quick poll. Like, do you guys want me to start like RKO out of nowhere?
The thing is, do we want to win here, or do we want to run? That's the big question here in general.
Well, personally, I wouldn't say Maddox's going to run, even in the state he's in.
I mean, I can tank maybe 1 or 2 hits.
It's okay, Maddox is dead anyway.
Exactly.
You could still run behind and hide behind us.
Okay, if I do live, I might challenge Chaos to a cage match later on. But for now, we'll take a swipe with the old Bessie, the Giga Flail.
I mean, you could wrestle him, but it would... logic would dictate, I know we're not using realism rules, but that his aging thing still works, right?
Well, it does say in the wrestling rules that a person who is immobilized can only attack with minor or natural weapons.
Yeah.
So technically, he could still attack you with his aging power, because that's a natural, a natural, in inverted commas, ability that he has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just turn into like old Dwayne The Rock Johnson while hugging him. But I'm gonna take a swipe now.
So basically, you
There
just
we go.
get
There we go.
point
2
here.
damage. 2 damage.
Take that.
Okay, so you've inflicted a minor injury on him. Describe how that goes down.
I think it's the backswing. I think I smashed the skeleton that was going after Maddox, and I turned back, and it's just like a bump on KS, which he didn't expect. Like he was like going up for a parry for an actual attack, but I didn't. I just turn around and smack him.
Okay, and that's exactly what happens. So we move on to the NPCs. Okay, so the 2 skeletons here are going to attack William again.
Again, 16. If they try to use ranged weapon, it's 17.
Okay, both of those miss you. So it's going to be the Blood Demon, which is going to move to here. And it actually tries to attack Caius to get to Sasha.
Perfect strategy.
It hits. Let me just check what its damage is.
Yoo-hoo! Tactics.
And it inflicts 4 damage as one of its bloody tentacles lashes out and strikes Caius, severing bone and ripping it apart seemingly from the inside. Okay, Caius is going to press his attack on Odrin. He hits you for 4 damage, Odrin, as he strikes you with his sword. And I'll just check the aging effect for that. So, just roll for that. Oh, sorry, I haven't rolled enough for that. There should be an extra D10 on that. Hold on a sec.
That's gnarly.
So you have aged by 10 years. Please update that on your character sheet.
Yeah.
How old is Odrin now?
42.
Oh, you're lucky you're not going to make a test until you hit 50.
So
Okay.
he's literally just like a shipwrecked Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, like insta beard, long hair.
Yeah, you're still looking sort of like... You're still fairly hench, obviously, but as he stabs you, you can feel like some of the vitality like leaving you. Maybe your eyesight gets a little bit worse. Like you say, your beard is now like in full sprout. Your hair's maybe like a few strands of grey in it.
And he's just like heaving because he's running out of stamina fighting this thing, and also hit points.
Indeed. Okay, we go on to Sasha.
Okay, so this spine wound thing, is that done in a round or?
Yeah, it can only be done once per combat, but yeah, you can do it in a round.
Okay, you can't really see what's in here, right?
No, you can see what you can see on the map.
Okay, so I can take a few steps and bind wounds?
Yep.
I'm gonna do that. Go into the dark and hope. Oh, I disappear. They forget about me, and she binds her wounds. That's 1d4, right?
Yep.
Come on, big money. It's rolling. Why is it taking forever?
Just building up the suspense. There we go. Two mighty hit points back.
I mean, come on, I waited that long and 2 hit points.
That's a 50% roll on a d4. That's pretty good. So
Okay,
add the 2 hit points to your character, or do you want me to add them on if you can't see
I
them?
added them.
Okay,
She feels
cool.
slightly relieved.
Okay, splendid. We now move on to Maddox. As Sasha disappears into the darkness of the chamber beyond the ruined double doors.
Okay, so my apologies. Bind wounds, not a thing we can do, or a thing we can do?
It's a thing you can do once per combat. Have you already had your wounds bound this combat?
Not. I don't believe I have had in this particular
The big question is when did this combat start? Because we rushed into the room and killed the 2 skeletons which want to fire the fire arrows.
I'll say you can do it. This is like a separate combat, so I'll say yeah, you can. So if you wish to bind your wounds, you can roll a d4.
Okay.
So increase your hit points by 2. Obviously, that can't you can't heal again any more of the damage done from this particular combat or any before, unless it's with magic. You've done your bind wounds now, so.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Effectively, I imagine he's just kind of got 2 lumps of skin kind of pushed in the internal organs that were hanging out, and it's just kind of like stapled them in some manner and put like stick through just to hold them all closed.
Okay.
Can I drop to kind of here and
you've bound your wounds, so that's an action, but you can still move. So
yeah, I'll go there and get my bow ready.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we move on to William.
Okay, when would I move here? Would I get a flanking bonus on Gaius because the demon attacks him?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm doing that. I'm moving over here.
Okay, go for it.
Attacking him. Do I get sneak?
You won't get a sneak, no.
18.
However, that is a fairly mighty hit. Okay. You basically like hack massive chunks of bone off Caius. He looks in some serious trouble now. You can see that like bits of his like arms are hanging off, parts of his armor are just falling onto the ground next to him. And then we move on to Odrin.
I'm going to try and swipe at Caius because I'm apparently Dwayne the Door Johnson here. So yeah, he stabbed me again with his sword of aging, and I'm just heaving and sweating all over the place, and this is just like wild swings. There's no like Ordrin isn't coordinated at all, but this is just like him spinning around with the flail. Let's see how that works. Not good. Would have been a great hit though.
Indeed. You swing wildly and unfortunately miss Caius. Okay, so we move on to the NPCs. The blood creature is going to attack him again to try and get past him to Sasha. And hits. Okay, so as you watch, William, this blood creature smashes Caius to pieces and then starts sort of like flowing past where he was into the space that he occupied. Okay, so the 2 skeletons, one is going to move up and engage Maddock, one is going to engage Odrin. So the one who's
still
attacking,
good.
the one who's attacking Odrin,
My staples are solid, I'll be fine.
that's a miss. The one attacking Maddock,
Just because it may be sin, wouldn't they make a morale check because the leader died?
no, they're undead. They don't have to make morale checks.
They act intelligently, so I ask.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. It's definitely worth asking. So the one attacking Maddock hits you for 3 damage, Maddock.
Oh!
Isn't that what he had?
Maddock slumps to the floor. I imagine he just like comes up, shanks me, my staples just open and my insides just billow out of me.
Indeed. You all hear a loud thump as Maddock hits the floor. You see, obviously, you know previously the skeleton that knocked Hamo down didn't waste any time finishing her off. And you can see this one stepping over Maddock and raising its sword. But before that happens, we are going to move on to Sasha. Sasha, as you're sort of like in this darkened chamber, you can feel like the ground feels like strange beneath your feet, and as you're moving you can hear like a and it feels uneven. And in the darkness you can hear
God, mother. She's gonna ignore that. Run over here. And I'm gonna first aid the big boy.
Roll your d4.
Woo!
Okay, you get 3 hit points back, Audrun, as Sasha runs over and starts like wrapping bandages and like pushing them into like the chinks of your armor to stem the blood flow.
I have the power again.
Okay, next it will be Maddox, but obviously he's unconscious, so we move on to William. Confronted by this huge blood beast.
Could I try to taunt this thing in demon speak to attack me?
You could do, however, you think, knowing what you know about demons, basically it seems to be acting on like pure rage, and since Sasha's the one who attempted to summon and bind it, it's probably not going to be distracted by you, like she's
Okay.
its target.
Then could I take the parry action to block for her?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
can't-
That would increase my armor class by 2, and I can't attack this turn. So I would just block for Sasha this turn.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So, Audrun.
We're gonna smash this boy.
Okay, go
Hopefully.
for it.
I haven't done a lot of successful smashing, but
I will point out at this point, you're pretty sure that if like no one gets to Maddox, that thing's going to finish him off.
oh yeah, because it's I can barely see the thing. So since we can move diagonally, I could, yeah. So I'm gonna get here.
Yep.
And just sort of push this guy away, step there, and yeah, let's take a swipe at this
Go for it.
fella. Come on, get him!
You have inflicted a small amount of damage on him. You chip off a few minor pieces of his armor. However, you do appear to have at least attracted his attention, so he's probably going to try and finish you off before, rather than just being like and stabbing Maddox. Okay, so this is the last round that the blood beast will be here. It's going to attack you, Sasha, since you're now within range.
And I'm blocking for her.
Okay, it lashes out a tentacle towards you. As it does so, William swings his weapon in the way, blocking the tentacle, and the whole thing just goes and falls down into a puddle of blood on the floor as it dissipates. Apologies, it's taking me a while. My mouse seems to be playing up. There we go. Okay, so the remaining NPCs, we have 2 skeletons attacking Audrun. First one misses. Second one also misses. Their blows clanging off Audrun's formidable armour.
Yeah, praise be the scale mill of Dagon.
Let me just move my remaining NPC, which emerges out of the darkness of the chamber beyond and attacks you, Sasha.
Technically, I'm still blocking for her.
Indeed, I would say normally that would be the case. However, you were unaware this person was there.
Okay.
Okay, so this skeleton emerges from the darkness, stabbing its sword into your back, Sasha, causing you 2 hit points of damage. Then we move on to yourself, Sasha.
What to do? Okay, I guess you swing out at the one that came out.
Okay, make your attack.
15.
Okay, that is a hit. You've almost finished this skeleton off, but it's still hanging in there. Narrate how that attack goes down as it lunges out of the darkness and stabs you.
Okay, out of she believed she was safe here, and when she feels something stabbing her in her leg, she just swings out in sheer reaction and buries the broadsword into the skeleton's chest.
Okay, excellent. So we move on to William, since Maddox's still out.
I think I would try to defend Sasha. So the best way to defend her currently is moving here and backstabbing this thing.
Go for it.
At least attending to. Attack from behind bonus.
Yep.
And... yes.
Okay, describe how you finish this skeleton off.
Okay, since Sasha got attacked, William got really mad. He really screamed and ran behind this thing and just stabbed and then stabbed again and stabbed again and stabbed again until this thing crumbles to dust.
Okay, again, apologies for all the faff I'm having to do with this, 'cause my mouse has been a bit ridiculous. There we go. Okay, that skeleton is dealt with. We move on to Odrin.
In the dark, being flanked by everyone, seemingly.
Oh, there's some light. A tad.
I'm gonna... Basically what happens is, like, Odin's there spinning around with his great flail like a ballet dancer. And he's gonna step here, and then here, and try to take this guy.
Go for it.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, describe how you take that skeleton down as you pirouette and smash your way through them.
Well, I think it's about to, like, because these guys seem fairly like well-drilled soldiers, so it's like it's been stepping away from my wild swings, and it just misses one, and I just knock its head off, and the skull goes clattering into the dark.
Indeed, and that is exactly what happens. There is only one skeleton remaining. However, it is its turn. It is going to press forward and attack Sasha. It misses. And now it's your go, Sasha.
Yeah. Fuck, she really doesn't want to fight it. So, can she... I assume she can hear the clanging of Ogren's war screams over here?
Oh yeah, he's not been quiet about it.
Oh yeah.
So that bit of token I can see, is that the skeleton?
Sorry, the bit of which token? If you can just like double.
This is me.
Yeah, that's Audrey.
Okay.
Yeah, the skeleton died.
Okay, I guess since he can't see it, he can attack, so she will attack the one in front of her. Here goes. Oh, so close.
Indeed. However, you're unable to penetrate the skeleton's lamellar armour. We now come on to Maddox, who finds himself still unconscious on the ground, unfortunately. So we'll skip on to William.
I'd like to unconscious defensively, John.
Okay, William.
I think I'd do the same strategy as last time. Maybe I would taunt them a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and attack.
Go for it.
Again with the flanking bonus.
Unfortunately, you're unable to penetrate his armour. We now move on to Odrin, who finds himself free of the skeletal attack. The unconscious Odrin lies just to your right.
Well, now I certainly think he's dead. I think maybe he wasn't, question mark, because they were going to go there to finish him off or like desecrate his body, but I think Maddox's dead, so I'm gonna go here and try to take the last one.
Go for it.
Don't forget the flanking bonus.
Yeah, this is the one time that I remember that. Come on!
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, you've scored a minor hit on it, but it's still going as you smash into it with your flail. We then move on to the skeleton, who's going to press his attack against Sasha.
I feel this dungeon is anti-Sasha.
Okay, unfortunately it misses you, or fortunately from your point of view, and now it is your go, Sasha.
Well, she does have Edwin's breastplate, so clearly he's still protecting her from the grave. She will attack the one between them, I assume flanking bonus, yes?
Yep.
No.
Okay, swing and a miss, so we move on to William.
Same thing as last turn.
Okay.
6 damage.
Describe how you take this skeleton down.
I'm still viciously stabbing this thing. Just flailing my knife around and cutting this thing open. First cutting one of the knees down, and then it falls sideways, crumbles on the floor, and then he stabs the remains.
Okay, excellent.
Did we actually win?
You think that to yourself, and you look around, sort of waiting for
Don't jinx us.
a few moments in case anything else looms out of the darkness. But after a few minutes, it does seem as though, yes, you appear to be alone in this chamber.
But one thing to tell for sure is if the initiative counter disappears. As soon as Sasha feels that, she will run over here and see if she can determine which stone goes where. So first aid.
Okay,
I would try
unfortunately,
to do the same thing with Hamo.
unfortunately, Maddock has already been first aided as much as is possible during this combat, and Hamo is long gone.
Okay, well, she'll still try, to put this piece of rock.
yeah. So yeah, you're playing with the pebbles,
Yeah.
and I'm just like I'm slumped down next to Maddock with my newly arthritic hands. I'm taking these mushrooms from my bag, and I'm putting them solemnly into Maddock's mouth as a way of like this is my version of like putting the coins on the eyes for like payment to Charon to travel to the underworld. So I'm putting these mushrooms in there, and sort of like shoving them down because like I need to make sure like that they don't fall off. So I'm like shoving these mushrooms like down his throat, and what this is, I have curative mushrooms which heal 1d4 hit points.
Okay, so roll me a d4. Obviously, cross the mushrooms off your equipment list.
Yeah.
And roll me a d4.
So 1.
Okay, Maddock, you are now on 1 hit point. So you wake up to this strange taste of mushrooms in your mouth. Everything's blurry. You're aching all over. You feel like a strong wind could knock you over. But for the moment, you are conscious again.
He feels best at 1 hit point.
You're muted. You're muted, Rob.
Exactly, it's where I feel most comfortable. Yeah, I'll just kind of like oh God, am I dead?
And I'm shocked. You are supposed to be.
Oh,
But maybe they can die, and Sasha takes some of the pebbles and kind of.
By the way, virtual high five to all of us. We did it.
Barely. Those rolls.
Barely.
Oh my.
yeah. I think if I could take these virtual dice and burn them,
Yeah. Yeah, those dice need to be cleansed. They need to be removed from the collection.
Okay, William would start to barricade this room, trying to barricade these two doors and the one down there, and looking around in the top as some exit.
That's fine. So you're barricading all of the doors, yeah.
While he's
Yeah.
doing that, I go down here and take the light torch from Hemo.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
just
fine.
kind of like look up and be like, "We're alive! We made it! Everybody!" And then just kind of like look across at Hamo and be like, "Nearly everybody's alive."
Almost. I feel like shit.
You look old now.
I think the second door is crumbled away because of the attack from Gaius.
Yeah, I'm just assuming you've like piled some stuff up in the way of it.
Okay. I'm looking in the north region just so we are really safe now. I don't want to take any chances now.
Okay, that's fine. Just give me a moment to switch the light source over to Sasha.
I also take her the stuff she was carrying, John.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
She had a shovel and a rope and stuff.
Yeah, like I said, apologies. This is taking me a while, guys. My mouse is playing up, unfortunately.
Hey, it's all good.
No problem.
But yeah, I'll kind of like pull Odrin down a little bit, just like, I saw what you did for me with the skeleton when you were being attacked by that big old bagger. I appreciate it.
I thought you were dead.
I fucking nearly was. And I'll just kind of like lean across as William's stacking up stuff behind him as well, like, and you with that cheeky little knife. I appreciate it.
I just nod, and I'm still looking very stressed.
Everyone okay?
I'm looking at... William is looking at Sasha. No, you are not.
Yeah, I'll just look at Sasha as well. I'll just be like, oh, you got a lot of sap showing there, love. You don't look well.
Alive. Then
I try to make us a safe place for resting.
do
maybe.
we have do you got more in you, Ogren? Can you heal?
When you mentioned using Odrin's powers, I'll be like, whoa. I can't handle another one of those fights.
Yeah. One oil demon a day is enough.
Aye.
And a blood demon.
Gravel.
I hold up the rest of the mushrooms because I had 2 doses of these. I forget where exactly we got them, but I have 1 more dose of left, so I'm holding these like mushrooms at Sasha. Like I have no more blessings to give except these.
I guess we can save those for later then.
They're pretty handy in a tight spot, I'd say.
Yeah. As long as there's mushrooms, we're gonna be okay, I think.
Words to live by.
Mm-hmm.
John, my memory fails me, but before we got here, there was a cave with some mushroom gatherers and a bridge, but there was no... Did we come by any rooms where we could actually rest in?
Okay, when I remember correctly, we got over this door, over this first bridge, which collapsed. Then there was this room with the mutations, the mutation radiation. Then we got down, and down we fought a couple of these beastmen. There maybe be some mushrooms, and then we got through the river and over the river. And over the river there was a small room, which we fought the first couple of skeletons. Then we got to an intersection and got north, opened the door, and then there was the long hallway where we got oiled.
Yeah,
and then the room where we are happened.
That's exactly correct. The mushrooms you remember seeing, Aldrin, were actually sort of as you were being swept, the main area you saw the mushrooms were as you were being swept down the river just before Sasha rescued you, there was like another cavern sort of on the opposite side to the riverbank that seemed to have like a lot of mushrooms growing in it, but you didn't really have a chance to look at them because you were busy being swept along a river.
I was occupied.
By the way, did I find something in the north region? Can I just walk around there with my token?
You most certainly can. Go for it.
Hey, don't go too far.
Oh, there's a ladder.
Indeed there is.
And there's some kind of tunnel. I'm just throwing some caltrops here.
Yeah, that's fine.
And is this just a ladder? Or
Yep,
is this
it
stairs?
seems to be a wooden ladder.
Is it fixed on the wall?
It's not fixed on the wall, no.
And just lay it down on the floor then.
Yep, no problem at all. Do us a favour, draw a rectangle where you put your caltrops. Like I said, my mouse is playing up, so it's pretty easy for you to do it.
And I'm making an X here because it's laying on the floor.
Lovely, thank you.
Sure, I'm walking back then.
Should we go up there and see if we can rest there? I don't feel
Maybe
comfortable.
I've barricaded this room at least. We could try to rest here.
I'll just kind of like be dragging my backpack up behind me like a pillow and just be like, I think here seems good.
I could try to scout upwards, going up the ladder and looking what I can find.
Sure, but if you come across a trapdoor, don't open it because that will be a dead giveaway. And well, she gets out a little mirror and a little pair of scissors. So you want me to cut that for you, Håkon? Shows you the beer.
I'll just put my hands over my beard.
I sort of touch it and I said, no, I think there's better things to put our minds to.
Okay, I will try to walk up the ladder just to see if we can find some place to rest for us, and I'll try to make it stealthily.
Absolutely fine.
Like, I don't get cut. Looks makes it feel majestic.
Okay, just give me a moment.
Yeah, stay close to each other and watch the exits, please.
Okay, so I've moved you over into the chamber that you'll see as you climb up the ladder. It appears to be the remnants of some sort of stone tower, William. You can see the ladder leading down. In the chamber is an ancient overgrown statue. It appears very much like the warriors that you've just fought, armoured similarly, etc. Although it's not actual armour, it's just carved onto the statue. It's crumbled and in a state of disrepair. You can also see another ladder on the west wall, which appears to lead further upwards.
Okay, I just walk a big wide outside of the statue, so I not come in reach of it, and would try to climb up the next ladder too. Okay. Stealthily. I already rolled my stealth and I've made it.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So I will move you up. So as you climb up the ladder, you find yourself in a very similar looking chamber. You appear to be climbing high up in what looks like it may have once been a watchtower. And as you look across to the eastern wall, you can actually see there is a window in the wall which appears to look out over the rolling overgrown hillside of the Borrington Hills. It looks as though this tower perhaps sunk into the ground in ages past, but this small level still rises above the surface. You try the door in the northern wall, but there's just like ground behind it. Obviously it was once used as like an exit or something similar, but now there's just like solid rock on the other side of it. The tower must be on a slight slant, because like I said, the windows seems to just be at ground level, so you could like, jump out the window and you'd be on the Borrington Hills. There's an
can I open the window?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You open the window. The only other thing you see out over the hills, as I've described. The only other thing of interest in the room is there's what appears to be an empty brazier in here, just on the southern wall. So here. Possibly once. It just appears to be a wooden table. Possibly the brazier was once used for like soldiers or guards to keep warm in here, but it's not been used for ages. There's not even like any ash in it.
Okay, I'm tapping everything with my 10-foot pole from a safe distance, just in case. And then
you tap the brazier, you tap the table, nothing untoward happens. There's a dull dung 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 of the metal as you tap the brazier.
Okay, I'm climbing down again.
Okay.
Doing the same thing with the statue.
Okay, you tap all around the statue. Nothing untoward happens until you tap the base of the statue and an odd hollow sound rings out.
Hollow sound. But nothing else happens. I'm just on aware and step
Nope.
back.
Nothing else seems to happen. Like I say, the rest of it, you're like dung 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 dung. It sounds like the base of the statue is hollow in some way.
I'm just curious. I put out my crowbar and try to pry it open.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. There appears to be like a concealed compartment in the base of the statue. You prise it open. As you do so, there's like a dull brrrr. And but nothing else happens. As you peer inside, you can see there appears to be what was once like a dart trap of some kind with like a bit of leather thonging, which would have launched a dart at anyone attempting to open it. But the leather has long since rotted away, and like the fixtures and the dart itself all like rusted together in one mass. So it's no danger to you whatsoever. You also find. So go ahead.
Is the dart still attacked?
The dart is intact, but it's like I say, it's rusted solid into like this mechanism, so it'd be very difficult to prise it out, and it is just like a single rusty dart.
Yeah, maybe there's poison on it. That's why I was considering it. Okay, what else?
As you search around it, you sort of like you've obviously taken all due precaution. As you reach in the back, you feel metal underneath your hand, and when you pull your hand out, you find there are 10 silver pieces in the base of the statue.
Okay, Dennis, can you put it in our inventory? Good. I'm climbing down again and go to the others.
Okay, that's fine. You climb down the ladder.
I go to them. Okay, I found a very safe spot for us to rest, but we have to climb a couple of ladders. Is this okay?
Kind of Maddox just wakes back up again. He's like, oh, what?
Okay. There seems to be an old tower which is sunken into the ground, and on the top floor we could even get out of here, but I think the tower would be the safest bet for us to rest for now, because we could just raise up the ladders once we are up there, and then we should be safe.
And the tower sounds good. Down here, there's no telling what's here.
Yeah.
I am fine with that.
Okay, so you're all heading up into the tower, is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so are you heading to the lower level with the statue or the upper level with the window?
I think the upper level is safer because we just had to guard the window, and that's all. We will raise the ladders into the first floor once we're up there, and then the second ladder into the second floor once we're up there.
Absolutely fine. Right, I'll move you all onto the top level of the tower. Just give me a moment.
Am I the only one who got audio issues currently?
Yeah.
Your audio seems fine on this end.
Okay, I'm just you're stuttering. Some of you
Okay.
sometimes. I'm not sure why,
Yeah,
but maybe it's just temporary. I had it before.
It could be a connection thing then, because you
Maybe.
sound fine. So.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys head up these ladders, pulling them up behind you. You see this decrepit statue as I've described it. You can also see this small window that I've put Sasha next to, just because that's where I plonk the tokens. It looks out like it's literally like a couple of inches above ground level and looks out over the rolling landscape of Borrington Hills. What do you guys want to do?
Imagine once I get up there, literally, just like Maddox effectively gets into the room which William is directing him to, probably not taking any attention of the statue or anything, and just effectively just kind of like gets up there, puts his bag down, and just kind of lays himself down.
Yeah, I'm blocking the window, and then I would just take watch until everyone else is rested.
Okay, that is absolutely fine. So let me just check the healing rolls, because I can never remember them. Okay, so healing. So if you guys are planning to get a peaceful night's rest, taking a watch shift doesn't affect that, by the way. Characters who have at least half of their hit points remaining will gain 1d3 plus 1 hit points back. Characters who have less than half their hit points will gain a single hit point back.
Well then.
But at least Audrin gets his spells back.
Yes, indeed.
Hey,
Can you repeat that?
hit points.
Are you on less than half your hit points, Sasha?
If I'm below half my hit points, yeah.
You heal 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, as I've said, potentially Aldrin can be like, oh yes, I'd like to use a lot of spell slots on healing because he's got his spell slots back.
I heal 1d3 plus 1 or something like that?
That's correct, because you've got...
Yeah,
more
then
than
I'm
half your
full
hit points.
again. Then I'm full again.
So John, I'm gonna toss you a message. Where should I do it? Can you see Facebook currently?
If you give me a second, I'll be able to.
It's some secret business.
You could send in Roll20 messages directly to a specific person.
Yeah, there's no secrets in Log Avenging.
You can there's at the bottom part you can
You're probably best, Johannes, to send it me via Zoom. There's like a drop down where you can send to everyone or a specific person.
I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Okay, let me just have a look.
I still don't get it that we actually made it.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting to be rolling up a character around about now.
I already made 2.
Well, don't sound so disappointed, guys. This is a moment of triumph.
Hey, I'm happy. I'm very
I'm happy too. It's just it just has to sink in. That's all.
Yeah, having like 2 weeks of everyone going, well, so what are we going to play next? Like, what is it? Is it? Are we going to be back in Porthcrawl?
Okay, I'll just wait for Johannes to send his message to me, and then we'll crack on.
Especially with the amount of false saves as well. I'm kind of like, I'm going to throw in all my strength to hit this skeleton. Oh.
I actually made a couple of good hits. I think this was helping a lot.
Yeah, Will was taking down left and right.
Indeed.
This dagger is actually pretty mighty. Maybe you shouldn't sell it. Mighty plus 1 damage.
Oh, and just to point out earlier on, the ability that the Blood Demon had that was going to be a real pain in the dick for you all was that it was immune to normal damage.
Oh.
However, luckily, thanks to you guys jumping behind the enemies.
Yeah.
I was actually a bit disappointed that the skeletons didn't attack the demon after it attacked Gaius.
But hey, I mean, the suggestion worked. Sasha just had to run and stand behind someone.
That was a good idea. Yeah.
With her mighty 2 hit points.
Okay,
Which
so
ones is still
double my
capable.
okay, so you guys have spent the evening. It's been a fairly sort of uneventful evening. You know, you've kept watches. The ladders are pulled up, so that's grand. As William rightly said, you've just got to guard the window. So you all take turns watching the window. Occasionally, you might see like a few animals or something skulking around, but nothing that like bothers or interferes with you guys. And you all start awakening the next morning. You see the sunlight coming through the window of the tower that you're in. Obviously, some of you are still feeling quite tender, but you've rested. You're healed, ish. What do you got to do?
Summoning spells back.
I'm looking around. What's the plan now? Should we try to press on, or should we leave?
Given completely out of character, since we're looking for water and these are Gomans, I assume they are based on romance. Would the dwarf know about the aqueducts? So given his architectural...
Architecturally, whether I can look into things.
Indeed. Would you like to bust out that architecture skill of yours, Maddo?
Oh boy, getting that value.
let's watch me fail that roll that I shouldn't fail.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's a success. So what is it specifically that you guys are trying to actually...
Well, the Romans had aqueducts all over the place transporting water, right?
You would know that the Gomans are famous for their aqueducts. Not so much in West Haven, though, because obviously they came over to West Haven. They built like the Goman roads, etc. They built fortresses. There's the Great Wall of Hadreen, which is to the north, which separates Scotland and West Haven. There's rumours that another wall was also built, but that sort of like disappeared into like myth and legend.
Maybe
is this watchtower we are in maybe built from them?
Well,
indeed.
Maybe watchtower could be part of it, and whether I would be able to.
But it's called like an aquifer or something, I think, where they gathered water underneath.
Yeah, it's as Hannah said, it's an aquifer. You know, they weren't terribly common in West Haven. However, Maddox, as you're sort of looking around and now you're recovered a little bit and you're rested, you're taking this in, you do think that this tower you're in, and indeed the complex you're in down below, may have once been part of a Goman sort of mile castle, as they call them, one of the sort of fortresses that they sort of built as they were expanding outwards towards Scotland. You know, they built them at intervals, hence the name, so that they had somewhere to fall back to and regroup and gather their strength. This one, however, seems to have like sunken into the ground, probably many, many years past, or the hills sort of rose up around it. You're not sure.
Okay. Would I be able to, using that knowledge, have a think about how much I would expect to be left in here? Like how much more, or is the actual cavern system more of a natural kind of cavern system?
Right. You think that the last few sort of chambers you've been in where you fought the unliving Gomans, they were obviously sort of like square, sort of worked stone. So they're obviously part of this complex, as is this tower. You would think that it's only really those few rooms that were part of the complex. There might be like a couple more other chambers on it, or they might have taken advantage if there were natural caverns around here, which obviously there are. But you think that but until you got to this area, everything you went through before was pretty much natural caverns.
Okay.
But they had to gain access to the aquifer, right? So it would be in conjunction with one of the, what do you call them, mile forts?
Yeah. You think that they'd have either, if they hadn't have had a sort of dedicated water source, they would have possibly like built this here because there was an existing underground stream or river that they could use, because they were very much into building the castles where they could take advantage of the natural environment.
Okay. Effectively, I'll relay all this information over, and be like, I don't think there's too much more down there, to be honest. Like, I don't think there could be more than a few rooms, and that guy certainly seemed like the head honcho. I don't know whether we want to hang about for a couple of days and rest up just a bit, and then have a carry on through, because I'd quite like to see what's down there, but I'll go with what everyone else wants.
I could try to scout a bit, and you guys wait here and recover. I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah, we could do that, but don't engage anyone though. If you...
No, I don't intend to.
Okay, so William, you're heading back down on your own. Obviously, you know it would be pretty difficult to scout with a lantern blazing away.
Yeah, that's the big problem here. But also, I'm the only one with a lantern because I have the Gloombug lantern, and I think the other one we would have made out because we rested for a couple of hours.
Hamo had a gloom lantern with 4.
No, I had a Gloombug lantern, I'm pretty sure, because I'm glowing green.
Yeah, but at least according to the notes, Hamo was carrying a Gloombug lantern.
Yeah, I think I had one too.
Yep.
And 4 Gloombug glasses, and a shovel, some rope, a crowbar, 10 iron rations, which I will reduce to 6, given we have eaten, and a muck cow horn.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
I think we found it somewhere.
Okay. But yeah, go scout and...
Yeah, I'm looking at Audrey. Can you take care of their wounds somehow?
We'll see.
Okay, so you guys are just discussing this when from somewhere down the ladder you hear, "Ah! Ah! Ah!"
I'll just kind of chuckle to myself and be like, "Is that lumpy lad?"
Lumpy lad?
That fool, Blot. I forgot
He
about
didn't get involved in the combat, did he? I bet he's been hiding down there all night.
I blocked one of the entrances with card drops.
I
I lower the ladders and start climbing down.
William, you've made your way down to the bottom of the ladder. As I say, the screaming cuts off just as you reach the bottom of the ladder. What do you want to do?
I'm moving. I'm having my heavy crossbow in one arm and aiming with it and trying to put my lantern on my backpack somewhere so I can still have some light and move slowly and try to look around in the room.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, I'm still at drawing things. I wave to the others that the room at least is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Did this exit exist before?
Yeah, it was there before.
Okay, then I did miss it last time. Yeah, the others can. You can come, guys.
Guys?
Guys?
Close to trapdoor.
yeah. Go back to
Fuck you guys.
We leave.
Are you guys heading down to join William, or?
No, what wasn't the idea? He was scouted out alone because with us it's kind of just.
Yeah, but we investigated this strange sound. I'm trying to hide.
Yeah, make your roll.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, no problems.
I think it was ages ago when I failed this check.
I mean, how healthy does Madak look?
Not very.
And Ogren is kind of, well, looking rather haggard too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that if any like significant amount of time has passed since we sort of woke up, quote unquote. I have no idea what time it is, but
well, handily, because you've got that window in the room, as you sort of like look out, you can see after your night's rest, it's just starting to get to dawn.
Mm-hmm. So I could toss Cure Light Wounds on Madak and
you could indeed.
And what's her face?
Sasha.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just do that before we go any further.
As you start to do it, effectively, Madak will kind of like hold your hand and be like, "Now, Audryn, like, this is gonna be fine, right?"
We don't have to worry about Dagon's displeasure. If that's what you mean.
Isn't that kind of what you said last time?
Yes, and I crushed the demon. Now hush.
I kind of like hold my head in some of the gigaflail lumps that were kind of forming.
Yeah, Maddox remembers stories about the other adventuring party where the healer was this kind and benevolent one. we have Okran.
There we go. So for Maddox, it's gonna be 7 hit points back.
Ooh.
That must mean you're nearly at half hit points now, Maddox.
Hey, I'm on 9 times my standard hit points.
Power overwhelming. And then Sasha, 6. Of course, you get 6 because you summon demons. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's the number 6, the healing points of the beast.
Yeah.
You need to heal 6 points 3 times. Okay.
Okay, I cast it 2 more times. I do not have it memorized. No, I don't.
Demons.
I keep moving slowly and try to look around in the part we already explored.
I'll be like, oh, I tell you what, Audrey, that's not bad. I think all my gravel's in.
Yes.
I suppose, should we follow this lad then?
Yes.
Is this door still blocked?
No, you see that the obstruction you put in the way appears to have been cleared. The rubble still lies next to the door.
I'm listening. Is the door still closed?
The door is no longer closed, it is open.
Okay, I'm peering through.
Okay, you peer through, you see the rough-hewn stonework stretching ahead of you. Other than that, it appears fairly unremarkable.
How many cold drops do I still have?
Who got the torch out of our slot? Is it Sasha?
Yeah, she has a Gloombong lantern.
I'll so Sasha, do you want to or not?
Okay, I'm laying down some cold drops here and try to close the door close the door and place some cold drops
That's
behind
fine.
it.
Just draw yourself a rectangle or something.
Yeah.
Do you want to go down and check out that sound? We can do that.
And I'm moving upwards and trying to check the other way down there.
Okay.
It's more making sure that
Roll me a d6, William.
Sure.
Put in the
I
bin.
love rolling d6s. A 5.
Okay. As you're sort of making your way down this passageway, you can hear this.
Okay, I'm moving through the corner and covering my lantern.
Yeah, that's fine. I won't rearrange the lighting, but we'll assume it's covered. Okay. So you guys up in the tower, a few minutes have passed. No sign of William.
Yeah, well, feeling better with the Bacon's healing. Well, let's get ready then. And she puts on her adventuring gear, armor, and all that.
Yeah, Maddox likewise gets dressed and kind of like tries to rearrange his armor to make sure that the holes like overlap now. So this is
Okay. No problems. So are you guys heading down the ladder?
Yes.
Okay, I'll move you across.
It should be pitch dark down there and I'm still hiding.
Yeah. It won't be pitch dark for long because Sasha's coming down with the lantern, but yeah, yours is still hooded.
Did something happen after I did hide in the corner? Did I hear something?
No, you can still just hear that faint coming from the passage to the south.
Can we hear?
Yeah, she should be able to see me now because there's nothing I can hide behind, so I'm just pointing at Thals and tapping my ear. I'm moving slowly down the hallway then and still try to hide. I'm using a bit of my lantern, just a little bit, to can see a couple of feet below for me.
Yep.
I'll follow on.
Okay, as you're moving down the corridor, William, you can... This is getting louder. Obviously,
Can I guess how far away it might be?
You would estimate we're probably talking about 15, 20 feet.
Okay, I'm placing call traps right before me and unsheath my hood.
Okay.
So I can see farther.
You're unsheathing your lantern. Okay, let me just put your light back on.
Still pointing with my heavy crossbow down the hallway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, not far enough. I'm laying the lantern on the floor and very, very carefully pick up all the call drops.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just remove that rectangle for you.
I can do that.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Then I'm pointing at Maddock and I'm waving him after me and moving slowly. One step and another step.
Wave Odrin and Sash from behind us as well.
Oh yeah, I'm following basically Sasha because she has a light and I don't.
Okay.
What can I see now?
Okay, as you move down this sort of roughly hewn stonework passageway, William, you can just catch sight of a pallid face, a lumpy, misshapen face, splattered with blood and gore. It appears to be Blot, just sort of like looking at his face upside down as though he's lying on his back. His eyes are rolled back in his head. A look of absolute horror is etched on his misshapen face, and there is blood and gore splattered over his face. Occasionally his head jerks slightly.
I'm looking at the others and...
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh, that doesn't look quite as an amusing thing as I thought.
I'm pointing at my crossbow and the thing. Okay, I'm laying down the caltrops as quietly as I can, and then I would try to attack the whatever is eating blood.
Okay, you would be firing into the darkness since you can't really see them, only very slightly at the very edge of your beam. You'd have to.
I could aim.
Yeah, if you aim, that'll be a lot better.
Yeah, I aim. Maybe I don't get the +4, but I don't have a misfire chance, something like that, maybe.
Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redeal the initiative.
Okay.
And I would just sort. Oh, it's already sorted there. So there we go. Okay, so William's laid his caltrops down. He's got his crossbow ready. He's taking aim. We now move on to Maddock. You can just about, as you're peering over, Sasha, see the pallid, deathly white face of Blot, and hear this.
I'll just turn around, effectively ready myself, and just saying to like Sasha and Odrin, like, there's something down here. I think it's gonna be another fight.
There's also, now that William and Maddock, you've moved it further on, you can obviously smell blood and viscera in the air. But underneath it is another smell. It's a very faint smell. You almost don't pick it up until you get a bit closer. And then it smells like rotten fish or maybe eggs.
Okay.
Then we move on to Sasha.
She doesn't want to go down there. So she makes room for Ogren to pass her.
Okay. So we move on to Odrin, since the NPC's on to where you're there.
So I'm gonna go here, and I can tell that William is doing some fancy stuff, I guess, with the caltrops and the bow. So I'm gonna wait.
Okay, that's fine, and we move on to William.
Okay. After I take aim, I shoot at the thing
Okay, make your attack roll.
with my heavy crossbow. I assume attack from behind and sneak attack does apply.
Yep, it most
Okay.
certainly does.
That's triple damage, by the way.
Okay, unfortunately, that is not enough to hit. Your crossbow bolt zips into the darkness, and you hear this.
Okay, I'm moving back afterward.
Yep, go for it.
Somewhere here. Oh, I'm the guy with the light. I almost that's the weird thing you always forget. But okay.
Okay, so Maddock, William takes a snapshot into the darkness, then you hear this, and then he's like, and like steps back into the line. The light fades away, leaving you staring into pretty much
As he
pitch
just kind of pushes
blackness.
past me, I'm like, oh, it's like that. Okay. I'll take one step forward and kind of get my shield ready, and I'll kind of like be ready to fight defensively, but in kind of like a lower form, knowing that Odrin's standing behind me.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So we move on to Sasha.
It's kind of he looks tough, the dwarf, but he really isn't. So she will go up and assist. Since I can't see anything, can I? What was the hold an action with her pistol?
There's not really held actions in Lamentations.
There is. You actually basically act at the end of the complete turn.
Yeah, it is a bit useless, but if you wish to do that, you can do.
Cool.
Basically waiting until this thing attacks, and then she could make her roll. That's the only advantage.
Yeah, let's still do that.
Okay, and you do not have long to wait, Sasha. Can you roll me your caltrop damage, please? William? Okay, so as you're watching a creature looking like a bedraggled humanoid, bat covered in blood and viscera, pretty much entirely naked, with long sharp teeth and filth encrusted nails, bounds through these caltrops, one of them sticking in its hand as it lopes along on all fours and flings itself onto Maddock.
Technically, he also relayed his action, so he would attack now, attacking defensively.
Yeah, if you want to take a swing at it, Maddock, you can do.
You shouldn't be in here.
Okay, swing and a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the creature is going to attack you with its 2 claws. So first claw, second claw, and it is also going to try and bite you. It bites you for 1 point of damage, Maddock, as it sinks its teeth into your exposed neck. Can you please make me a save versus paralysis?
You're muted, Rob, by the way.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, roll me 3d8.
Wow. I enjoyed having hit.
Okay, 8. So just let me add that on to the The round calculator.
Take 8 poison damage.
Down.
Oh, he's paralyzed for 8 rounds.
Pretty much. So I'm just going to drag that onto the initiative order so it'll auto-calculate.
I suggest we just drag everyone out and try to corner this fucking thing, because in this hallway he's at every advantage he needs.
Does he drop down when he's paralyzed, or is it like
he literally goes? It literally is like frozen, and this thing just like pushes him down to the floor. You can see his facial expression is frozen. His limbs aren't moving as though they were actually made of stone.
well, at least he doesn't get in the way of the shot then.
Okay, do you want to take your shot?
Uh-huh.
It's Audrin's turn first, right?
This is the held action from.
Oh,
Sasha.
yeah, the held action. Exactly, yeah.
So go for it, Sasha. Okay, you fire your shot. There is a loud. You don't hit him, however, they do have to make a morale check. So I'll roll that for them. Okay, they seem undeterred in their lust for blood and flesh. Now we come on to Audrin.
Technically speaking, she forgot to roll her misfire chance, but
It's fine.
Yeah, I can do that.
Can you imagine firing a gun in these tight quarters? That's
you would be fucking deaf.
Indeed, all of you have got that like ringing in your ears. The corridor you're in is full of choking, thick smoke.
Yeah, so it's me. Yeah. So since we can move like through each other, I would like to like
Squish room with Sasha.
yeah, I'm gonna squish next to Sasha.
Yeah, so just,
I'm not
just switch your places, guys.
Yeah, and I'm gonna well, it's probably my action then. I'm gonna grab Maddock and switch places with him as well. So I'm gonna like drag him away from the ghouls and step forward.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. I'll move you into your new position. You pull Maddock away. He is entirely immobilized. Like his limbs don't move at all. He's like a statue as you drag him away. Okay, so that'll be your action. So move on to William.
So I assume I can't shoot a ranged attack through all of my allies, because Sasha just did this?
Sasha was allowed to do it because it was in the chaos of like the whole thing happening, and as people were moving around, now people have sort of formed up. No, you wouldn't be able to shoot through 3 of your allies.
And there's
Okay, I just
Mr.
call.
Big at the front.
I just try to scream to the others, "Get out of here!" We have to corner them at the entrance, and I'm trying to grab Audrin and drag him out.
Audrin, are you allowing yourself to be dragged away?
And not Audrin, I mean Maddock.
Yeah. 'Cause
All right, yeah, you certainly grab Maddock. Move yourself to where
Yeah.
you want to be, and I will move Maddock.
Somewhere here.
Okay, so I'll move Maddock up
Maybe
next to
one
you.
more. Yeah.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So, Sasha.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sure. She will also move away. Like that.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So the NPCs, the one at the front is going to attack Audrin.
In the darkness.
Indeed. So 2 claw attacks. And a bite attack. It leaps on you, however it's unable to find a way it can sink its claws or its teeth through your armor, Audrin.
Are these things big? Like, are they a person big, but just like walking on all fours, or are they smaller?
They're human size. They look very much like feral humanoids. They have thin, wispy hair, long fangs, and filth-encrusted claws, and their eyes are deep set in their faces.
Right, so it jumps on me, and I imagine like we do the whole like slap fight thing because it's trying to like claw my face off.
Oh, by the way, did it get more caltrop damage because it was fighting on the place where caltrops lay?
No, because it's lapped on Aldrin.
And it's already like it's on the thing.
Yeah.
Cool. So now I'm in the darkness.
You could still see the light going from us,
No.
I still assume, at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I assume since we are moving in turns, but the characters are not, right? So
Yeah. You
I
would
mean,
see
if-
us
if-
running behind the
if
corner.
need be, I can delay my departure so he can still see if that's okay, John.
I mean, moving Maddock would be a pretty hefty task, to be honest, in this couple of seconds. So I assume Sasha and William did it together somehow and dragged him.
I will point out, if you're fighting a creature in complete darkness, it counts as though the said creature is invisible, so you get a -6 to your attack roll.
Yeah. Well,
Wouldn't
I
the
no
rule
longer
have
know.
gotten that too?
I no longer know where my token is, and supposing the NPC turn is over.
Can I move to him that I can click his token?
Well, if you tell me where you want to move, Aldrin, I'll just move it for you.
Yeah. As far back as I can, ending here if I can get that far.
It would be better if you end somewhere here because we could attack with 3 persons, 1 ghoul. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to move yourself a bit further back, feel free.
Do I have movement left?
Let's see.
You could double move.
So yeah, so you moved 20 feet to there, 25, 30 to get to where you are.
Yeah, so no movement left. So,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hold my action, I guess, because I have no sensible action to do. So,
You could
Okay.
parry.
So we're on to William.
Yeah. I've got 1 more bag of caltrops, and since I'm assuming Audrin doesn't block me in any way, I would throw it here.
Okay, yeah,
And-
draw it on.
Yeah. And if I still can, I would draw my dagger.
That's absolutely fine. Okay, Sasha.
So I can see Audrin is still wounded, but he's not. He hasn't received a new wound.
No,
I can't first aid him,
no.
but I can first aid the dwarf.
Yep.
I think he lost a hit point.
I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so since you are automatically going to get a 1, Maddock, add a 1 to your hit point total.
My lucky health number.
it's like an extra life to you, isn't it?
The whole level.
Okay. You can hear the sounds of these creatures moving through the tunnel.
Would the second ghoul not get the caltrop damage?
No, having seen the first one fall on them, it has avoided them. The first one, however, as it moves into attack, Audrin will do, so roll that.
Okay. 3.
Okay. So it howls in pain as it treads on some of these caltrops. Okay, and then the one at the front is going to attack Audrin.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, so you've taken 5 points of damage, and you need to make me a paralysis save.
5.
Oh, did the first one not hit you?
Yeah, it's 19. Just barely.
Oh, apologies then. 2 hit points of damage.
Yeah.
And you need to make a paralysis save.
Yeah. Let's see. The paralyzed. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, roll me 3d8.
This is going great, guys.
Maybe we just try to run up. Oh, fuck.
Come on, this is OSR. We're not supposed to fight.
If I got my hit in the first attack, maybe one of these things would already be dead. But okay.
I don't hear of many murdered and paralyzed bread merchants. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so William, you've seen this thing leaps on Odrin, sort of bearing him down to the floor. Odrin goes rigid and ceases to respond.
I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, but can I grab one of them and drag them up the ladder?
You wouldn't be able to grab either of them and drag them up the ladder. They're far too heavy.
Fuck.
Just like the omnipresent and all-knowing narrator at this point would be able to advise you that Audrin would be fine, because he's basically just blocking the thing now.
Yeah, he's metal door now.
Yeah, he would be completely fine with you guys.
As I pointed out, that it has borne you down to the floor, so they will be able to move past you now.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I could still try to light them on fire or something. That would be a way, but we assume we cleaned ourselves from the oil at the night.
You guys are no longer covered in oil.
Okay. I think that's the only real chance we would have while fighting. I can't see a good way otherwise. I could try to fend one of them. Not sure if that's a good idea, though.
So, what are you on about? You've only got another 6 rounds before Maddox back up and in.
With 3 attacks from each of them.
Yeah, and then I might be like able to get a swing off before I get reparalyzed.
To be honest, I think it tried to do the oil thing. I just take one of my oil flasks and try to throw it at this guy.
Okay, make me a dex roll.
Sure, no problem. Any bonus? I assume not.
Nope.
And I failed. I've got a 17 in dexterity.
Stop rolling 19 then.
Yeah.
Well, you like if we're rolling under, you've got a bonus of 2 on that, so it should be -2, and it would be 17.
Why would I have a bonus of 2?
It says +2 on the roll. D20 +2.
Yeah, it does.
That's actually true. Yeah.
Yeah, you
But
rolled
no, then it's yeah. I should only have rolled 17 then, because it makes no sense that there's a bonus on this roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you've succeeded, you have hit it with the flask of oil.
Okay, and then I'm just moving over here and blocking the entrance with my body, so it can't reach Sasha.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Speaking of which, it is Sasha's go.
Okay. I mean, okay, so since we're playing old school games and all that.
Are we, Dennis?
Mm-hmm.
You could have waited until I was sitting down when you told me.
I'm gonna make some statements that I hope is true. Since these underground creatures, they can see in the dark. That means the eyes are adjusted to that. So my stated intent is to cast light and scare them off.
Nice. Okay, so you cast light. Let me make a morale check for them. Which they succeed at. So they do sort of flinch away a bit and sort of like narrow their eyes, but they don't appear to be scared off in the way you'd hoped.
No, it was worth a go.
Okay, so the NPCs, seeing that Maddox is paralysed, they're going to bound over him. Roll for the caltrop damage for the second one, William.
Another 3.
Okay, so it howls as it treads on some of these caltrops as it bounds over. Okay, so I'll do 1 attacking William and 1 attacking Sasha. If you both get paralysed, this could be it for the Lock Adventuring Company.
Yeah.
We can start a new game as ghouls, though. That would be cool.
The Ghoul Adventuring Company.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think any of those hit William, if I'm correct.
Nope. 16.
Okay, so attacking Sasha.
Oh, fuck.
Did any of those hit you, Sasha?
Technically, I'm hit by a claw and a bite.
Okay, so you take 6 points of damage, and you need to make me a save versus paralysis.
2 or just 1?
Just one. Okay, roll me 3d8. Okay, it looks like it's down to William.
To be completely honest, guys, there's absolutely no way that William would stay there. Even Sasha, he's still more afraid of his own life that Sasha might be killed. I might give him mercy death or something. Sorry, there's no way I can win this.
Okay, so what are you doing, William?
Stop being so fatalistic. If you won against the Skellies, you just need to roll 2 crits. I mean,
Yeah, totally. No, I'm moving up the ladder
plus I hear demons are immune to paralysis.
and raising the ladder afterward.
Okay,
I
that's
assume
fine.
raising the ladder is my action, so that would be my turn. And I might kill them from up there, but that's my only chance right now.
Okay, you can see these ghoulish creatures start sort of picking at the exposed flesh of your companions as you're sort of climbing up this ladder.
I just want to say, Sasha is vegan, so she's not gonna be, advertising for them.
Also, technically speaking, I tried to kill them from up there, so I'm trying to shoot my my bow from up there and try to hit them when I don't expect it.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is, since they're effectively like picking at all of your flesh, I'm going to ask Maddock, Sasha, and Odrin, can you all roll me a d6, and that is how many hit points of damage you will take as they're sort of like pulling off bits of your skin. Okay, so Maddock. Okay, deduce those from your hit point totals, guys. Okay, William, from your perch on the ladder, you can see they appear to have like forgot about you. After all, you're small, you're up a ladder. There's 3 people down here that aren't and are bigger. And they seem to basically be chowing down on your companions.
Okay, I'm taking a shot with my pistol and hoping to set this guy on fire.
Okay, roll your misfire chance.
Okay, it's 1d10 with a normal pistol. I'm not. I think I didn't use an gunpowder weapon for ages.
That's fine. So make your attack roll.
Okay. Pistol. Do I get my sneak attack bonus?
No, they know you're there.
Okay. Attack from behind because they are busy killing them.
Yeah, that's certainly applicable.
Okay.
Okay, which one of them were you aiming at? The one that was on
the one covered in oil.
Okay, so roll an extra d6 as it catches fire and starts shrieking.
6.
Okay, that is enough to take out that ghoul. It screams in this high-pitched banshee-like wail as it falls to the ground, its corpse smouldering. The other one doesn't seem to have been distracted by the fact that its companion has died. It's fully focused on just like chowing down on your companion.
No morale check, maybe?
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, you're right. You should make a morale check. That's fine.
Okay. Then I'm using my bow and attack the other guy.
Okay, just hold on a second. So can you guys who are being chowed down on all roll me a d6 again? And that's how many hit points damage you take. So Sasha and Maddock. Okay, Sasha. Okay, I think.
Brings her to -5. I don't know if that's a thing in this game.
What level are you? You can go to minus equal to your level.
I'm level 10.
You wish you were level 10.
Suddenly.
Level 4.
So you'll be able to go to -4, so I'm afraid that is it for Sasha.
Well, we told you we made changes while you were gone, John.
Okay, so as you watch this ghoul sinks its clawed hands into Sasha's chest, pulls out her still beating heart, and crams it into its mouth. You hear it like...
Fuck.
And it's all floral, right? Like it's a flower heart.
Yeah, there's a perfumed bouquet in the air mixing with the smell of blood and viscera.
Like a head of lettuce.
William is literally crying right now while taking an aim with the second pistol.
Am I to assume, John, that because we've been taking consistent damage from the ghoul, our paralysis continues, or am I?
Yes, it continues. Yeah.
Okay, I shoot my second pistol. I've got 2 of them.
Okay, go for it. You still get the bonus from attacking from behind.
Okay. So misfire chance first. Nope. And second pistol. Five damage.
Okay, it hits, causing it a severe injury, but it's still going. It seems almost lost in the ecstasy of consuming this flesh. It doesn't even like look up as you shoot it.
I suppose it's a morale check again.
Yeah.
Or not.
It's fine. Okay.
Damn these school janitors!
Yeah,
Okay.
there's something else.
Maddock and Odrin, can you roll me a d6 as it finishes with the choicest parts of Sasha and starts moving on to you guys? Okay, deduct those from your hit point totals.
I've just got very sleepy.
Okay, so we're back round to William again.
Yeah, shooting with my bow now. Last chance. Attack from behind bonus again. 1 damage.
Okay, so your arrow does stick out of it. It doesn't appear to have like hit a major organ or anything like that.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, can you all roll me a d6 again, please, Odrin and Maddock?
Oh!
I think that's probably it for Maddock.
Yeah, it's a double tap for the both of us.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're both gone, are you?
Yeah, I'm at -5.
It's like the Titanic. You reach out and touch hands at the last moment.
The dream of retirement.
Okay, so as you watch, this ghoul grabs hold of the heads of Odrin and Maddock and just wrenches them with spinal columns still attached off their bodies. And it's like...
Is this a good time to mention that Sasha hid all our loot back at the village?
Mm.
And William will never be able to find it?
Well, I can still loot your corpse. Maybe, if I kill the school.
Okay, so after it's finished with them, the ghoul is now sort of like stood at the bottom of the ladder. Obviously, it's pulled up and it's looking up at you, like licking its lips. Still this look of hunger in its eyes.
I've still got a couple of arrows. I tried to hide and then I hit it from an unexpected angle, maybe?
You wouldn't really be able to hide because you're like on the ladder, but you can. I'll say you can still have the shooting from behind bonus because obviously you're sort of firing down on it from an advantage point.
Okay, let's try that again. Yeah.
Okay, it sinks its claws into the fragments of stone on the wall and slowly starts climbing up towards you.
Okay, next arrow. It can't dodge anymore,
Nope.
so maybe I could get my sneak attack.
Yeah, do you know what? Go on. Okay, it climbs up to the point where it's almost level with you. You've got one more chance to take a shot at it, and then it's going to be on you.
How damaged does it look?
It looks quite badly injured, like your arrow's sticking out of it. There's bits of it blown off, but it's like relentless hunger seems to be driving it on.
Whatever, fuck. At least I will avenge you guys. I will kill this thing. Another one with a sneak attack?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's triple damage.
Okay, you hit it. It shrieks and falls lifeless off the ladder.
Okay. William just shrinks down and cries for maybe like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay. That is absolutely fine. You sink down on your haunches and you shed a tear for your deceased comrades. Now, what's going to be your plan from here out? Because obviously we're going to have to get people to regen.
My plan would be basically looting from them whatever I need to get back and maybe some valuable things, and then try to get back to Porthcroll.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Obviously, you know there's the window out in the tower.
Yeah,
You could use to get onto the Borrington Hills. So you shimmy up the ladders, jump out the window, and you strike out towards Porthcroll. Now, I'm going to suggest that's a good place to end the session for this evening, guys, since that'll give us like an hour or so to discuss new characters, etc.
Yeah.
But I think we can all sort of play the sad bugle music for the brave Sasha, Maddock, and that heroic barbarian hero, Odrin, who all fell in the line of their adventuring duty to the ghouls lurking below the Borrington Hills. So anyone who has watched this, apologies for the technical problem. Thank you for joining us. We will be picking up again in a couple of weeks' time with a new array of fresh-faced characters ready to brave the dangers of Porthcroll. So until we see you then, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. We'll hopefully see you all soon.
Good night. See ya.
See you guys.